everyone for being here. Good morning. It's a great morning in the city of Phoenix. I'm Ray Dovalina with the City of Phoenix Street Transportation Department. I'm the Street Transportation Director. We're here to celebrate a wonderful project in cooperation and collaboration with the Flood Control District of Maricopa County. We do have several elected officials here. Michael Nowakowski from the City Council, City of Phoenix. We also have Vice Mayor Kate Gallego and Board Supervisor Gallardo here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody else, but we have just a small presentation of some words that we're going to be talking about the project itself. Okay? With that, I'm going to pass it to Vice Mayor Gallego. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is my favorite hole in all of Phoenix. This project comes out of a very difficult time for Maricopa County and the City of Phoenix. During my first year on the City Council, we had record flooding, we had a presidential disaster declaration, and we had many residents who had to leave their homes because their homes were flooded, sometimes repeatedly. It was very difficult for this community, and we have come together to make major infrastructure upgrades as a result of that difficult time. I want to thank Maricopa County and Supervisor Gallardo for their great partnership in getting us here today. The City of Phoenix introduced an unprecedented partnership with Maricopa County Flood Control and was able to expedite multi-million-dollar investments to make sure that we were able to get where we are here today. This project had long been identified as a project we needed to keep this community safe, but we did not have funding until years in the future. And we worked together with the supervisor's office to expedite that. We've told our community we want to work very hard to make sure this does not happen again. It was really a very difficult time. I would visit with constituents, one who had just brought home a new baby from the hospital and never had a safe home to live in. I heard from residents that every time it rained, their children would cry because they were worried the home would flood again. So we've stepped up and invested in this enormous project, as well as a variety of projects that are more difficult to see, like drainage improvements, grading, investments in the sewer system. But this is the gem of the system in this area. It is an enormous project. The amount of dirt that was moved out of this area would fill 187 swimming pools. Days and days we had trucks taking dirt out of this area. It would be a line of trucks, and we want to thank all of the community members who supported that and put up with the traffic. It was a major infrastructure undertaking. We did it with great support from our community, and we have several individuals here today from our village planning commissions who helped us with the planning for the area, so I want to thank those members. In particular, we're joined today by Judy Mercado, whose home was flooded in this area and who stepped up into a leadership role after this. So thank you to Judy for being here today. I also want to thank all of my colleagues on the Phoenix City Council. Councilman Nowakowski was very involved as we responded to the floods. He had, for example, a school in his district that had to shut down after the flooding, and many residents impacted. Almost every member of the Phoenix City Council came down here to tour and to understand what happened to our community, and it's placed a lot of attention on flood control. Both the supervisor and I know we still have a long way to go, and we have problems throughout Maricopa County. We all remember people in the northern part of our county being evacuated from their roofs during these storms, as well as people in Mesa who live near a freeway and whose homes were underwater. So it is truly a regional problem, and we have a lot of investing that we still need to do, but the Board of Supervisors has thankfully been increasing the resources spent on flood control, and I hope that is a trend that will continue so that we can have more days like today where we open up a project like this and we can tell people that their homes are a little bit safer. It took a lot of great, talented people at the City of Phoenix, the county, and in the private sector to make this happen. So thank you to Ray Dovalina, our streets director. We meet incredibly regularly, as he will tell you, to talk about flood control and plan ways to keep our community safer. And he has a great team that supported him here today, including Chris Turner Notwar, our Deputy Director of Design and Construction, our Project Manager, Hugh Alter, our Inspector, Vincent Sandoval, our floodplain manager, Hassan Mushtag. We also want to thank Ames Construction and their project manager, Bruce Daniel, who helped make this project happen today. It is a great partnership, and we hope to have many more of these in the future. So thank you for your partnership here today. I want to welcome my partner, who also represents the residents of this area, County Supervisor Steve Gallardo.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. For the record, Steve Gallardo, Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, District 5, Southwest portion of Maricopa County. Folks, this is a wonderful partnership that continues to develop as we move forward in looking at future projects. Right after I got elected to the County Board of Supervisors in 2014. As we know, the flooding in both August and September of 2014 really raised the awareness of the need for more projects similar to this, not only here in Laveen, but across Maricopa County. As a new board member of Maricopa County, I was, as any newly elected, you're scrambling around trying to kind of put your hands around all the different various projects that are going on in different departments. And this was one that was front and center. The issue of flooding in Laveen was unheard of compared to the other portions of the valley. I mean, the folks out here in Laveen saw just tremendous flooding in both August and September. So the councilwoman and my office and great people in flood control and within the city of Phoenix all getting together, partnering up to saying, how do we expedite some of these projects? How do we get them further up front on the burner? And this was one of them. And working together, we were able to pull together $4.5 million to get this done. We accelerated this project up to the front of the line because we understood the need. We understood the situations that many of these families have gone through. There's a couple that are here now that experienced the flooding in 2014. And even as we get rainstorms, they still see some of the flooding. So how do we complete not only this project, but other projects? As the councilwoman indicated, the vice mayor indicated, this is primarily a drop in the bucket for what is needed out here. We understand that. And how do we excel and get some of these projects done much faster to ensure that the flooding that occurred in 2014 does not repeat itself? The Flood Control District is proud of the projects that have been completed so far. Most recently, the 43rd Avenue and Southern Basin was completed, but we understand there's more work to be done. Yes, this is a day of celebration to understand that this massive project was excelled and brought up to the front of the line, and we were able to get it completed, but we understand there's much more work to be done. I know the Vice Mayor and Councilman Nowakowski is committed to ensuring that many more projects are expedited and brought to the front of the burner. I believe that the partnership with the City of Phoenix and Flood Control and Maricopa County Board of Supervisors will continue to identify these projects, work together, and make sure that our residents in Laveen and South Phoenix are taken care of, and making sure that the flooding in 2014 does not repeat itself. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everyone. This is we're going to be closing the remarks. I would just say that this is an important feat that we've gotten to with this project. As you've heard, it's about our collaboration and also the leadership that we have with our elected officials. And with that, we're going to have a small ribbon cutting, and then we're going to go down to, if some of you can go down, we're going to have a little bit of a water feature just to show how the system of this basin is going to work.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. Good job.